this is my theory on high school English classes. Now, I want to forewarn that I am using my high school as a model, and I'm entering my junior year, and from what I've heard of other people that are older than me, I've heard basically a lot of how, let's just say English classes, when you get high school, everything you read is gonna be dark somehow. Okay. I'm going to break this down by year that I've been in. I will not be able to generalize senior year yet, nor really junior year completely, so just bear with me. Okay? Freshman year. So in freshman year, you typically start off with short stories, and it's like a general rule that short stories will be dark and will have some shit happen. Now, I'm just speaking from general experience. We've read several. I can't recall the names off the top of my head, but all of them were dark, were morbid. Somebody died at one point or another. And basically, it was quite weird. And then you moved on to the Shakespeare unit. Well, actually, I forgot to throw in the Greek mythology unit, which basically ended up being, whatchamacallit, the Odyssey, and all that fun stuff that goes with the Odyssey. So epics, basically. And you use the Odyssey and crap like that as models of what an epic is, and one that's morbid as fuck. The guy's an idiot. It took him 10 fucking years to get home because he pissed off a god. But after you get through all that short story and mythology crap, you get to the Shakespeare unit. And, well, mainly it's Romeo and Juliet. But either way, it's gonna be morbid, because Romeo and Juliet, basically, by the end of the whole play, 6 people are dead. Like, confirmed dead. Like, you have 2 people who commit suicide, the title characters. You have Mercutio, I can't remember, either it was Benvolio or Mercutio. One of the 2 died. Tybalt died, killed by Romeo. So, yeah. Let's just say Romeo and Juliet is a fucking morbid-ass play, and kind of creepy, and no, teenagers out there, do not use that as a model of what you want your romance to be. 1, because it's just creepy. 2, the title characters didn't even know each other for, like, a freaking day before it was like, because literally beginning it was like, Romeo, Rosalind, I will never love another. Why won't you love me? And then it's like, not even an act later, it's like 5 seconds later, going to a party. It's like, damn, that girl fun. In reference to Juliet, that's how Romeo. So basically, if Romeo was smart, then none of it would have ever happened. Okay, and so that's ending freshman year, and it's freaking morbidness. I'm sorry I didn't go into details on the short story unit, but I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. Basically, one of them had to do with the butterfly effect, which ended up with a death? Question mark? One of them ended up with 2 families feuding over fucking hunting ground, and let's not get into hunting because, for those of you who watch Crash Course Lit and have seen John Green's video on, God, what's that book? I fucking read it too. The book that's annoying as fuck. I call it the book annoying as fuck. Well, second next to Eat the Eden. It's about the whiny kid who Where's the red people hunting hat? Yeah, let's just say people hunting was taken to a whole new meaning. The game, I think it was something like that. Anyway, yeah, that was morbid as fuck. And now on to sophomore year, which started with the summer reading of for honors English. I am not going off of the general population of English. I'm just going off of honors, okay? So, honors is basically a little bit harder, and I was always in honors, so the summer reading for sophomore year, and I actually have a copy of the book, is, was East of Eden. That was sucky as fuck. And also pretty morbid and dark in a way. I'm not gonna explain, but basically, let's just say there's this one character that, for those of you who have that figure in your life and you know the book that I'm talking about and you've read it, I'm not gonna summarize the whole book, so yeah, I've already done that, I think. But basically, that book was kind of dark. Then you start getting into some dark books, like freaking Scarlet Letter, which dark has the girl Hester being fucking shunned for just because she had slept with another guy, because she thought her husband was dead, for one, that's not really a crime, and of course you find out later that the daughter, I think it was Prim, or some shit like that, the daughter is like the freaking priest's illegitimate daughter, and you find out that Hester basically slept with this man. Yeah. And then you find out her husband's not really dead, and basically a lot of people die. People die in the end. Yeah. And then you have, of course, you have the Crucible, which, that's self-explanatory, like, just Salem Witch Trials, that's all you need to know. Then you have Of Mice and Men, emotional. You'll kind of see the end coming, but at the same time, you're just like, no! Why? Okay, then you have The Adventures of Huck Finn, which boring as fuck, but still kind of dark, and dealt with slavery and shit, so that's an answer of why that's dark. Then you have, and this is one of my favorite books, I can't tell you about To Kill a Mockingbird, as we voted on the end of the year on which books we wanted to, which was going to be our final book. I want to save the best for last, so I'll save it for last. But then we had to read that book with the whiny-ass kid, and that was pretty dark and morbid-ish, because they dealt with a lot of issues of psychological, and there's the possibility of the fact that the character was about to be sexually abused. Yeah, the only character who would pay a prostitute, not for sex, but to talk. Fuck, and I can't remember the Catcher in the Rye. I finally remember the name, so brownie points for me. But our last book we read in sophomore year was the wonderful, but still pretty morbid, Great Gatsby. And I loved it. Okay, I'll admit, I loved it. I loved the book, and we got to watch the movie because we convinced my English teacher. But either way, both are morbid. Now, on to junior year, and I'm only going to discuss the summer reading assignment. Let me get the book. I had to lose some crap. Basically, we had to show also that we read it. Anyway, this bad boy, The Pillars of the Earth. It used to be Dracula, and I've already discussed why it changed in a previous video. So you'll find it somewhere on my channel. But yeah, let's just say Spark Notes only used when you really need it. So basically, don't do it for all of fucking Huck's, or else you'll end up getting your English class and everyone else later to be stuck with this. Which, from what I heard from my friend, who's, I somebody who knows who's actually read it. It's not really a junior appropriate book. And I can't really tell you about the other book, so there will be probably another video, but so far this book's pretty dark, has lots of dark overtones, talking about fucking woman dying in childbirth, the child being left in a forest, and pretty much, it's dark, it's the Dark Ages, so self-explanatory. Yeah. So that wraps up my video. First part, I discussed freshman year and sophomore year for the morbidness of the books, and I did discuss the summer reading for junior year. I will be making a second and third part. Second part will be done once next summer, in summer of 2015, and you will get a better in-depth of junior year and senior year summer reading. So I will see you all later. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.